Welcome, heroes and civilians, to a Little Fish Super Big Hero 6 review, where for the next few weeks, I'll be reviewing all things Big Hero 6. Welcome back, heroes! Today I'll be reviewing 3 of the 9 Bandai-released Big Hero 6 basic action figures: Hiro Hamada, Baymax, and Gogo Tomago. I do have the set of all 9 figures, but decided, due to the fact that a lot of my reviews seem to run long, to split it up into 3 different reviews. So stay tuned, and in the next couple of weeks, I will be rolling out the rest of the reviews of these basic figures released by Bandai. These figures were released at the end of 2014 and throughout 2015, and I have to admit, perhaps it's because I'm a little late to the game in collecting these toys, it was really difficult to find the full set of 9, but luckily, persistence paid off, and I was able to get all 9 figures, and let's get started on these 3 toys. I will start with the packaging first. I'm pretty sure the packaging is mostly the same for all of the figures, so let's start off with Hiro. This is Hiro in his packaging. He comes with a charging Baymax, and even though it's coming up blue on camera, I can tell you that his suit is a nice dark purple color. Again, released by Bandai for the ages 4+ due to choking hazards. And it's got the full cast on the back, and quite a different ways to say collect them all. And if you'll notice, there are only 8 figures pictured on the back of the packaging. The one that is missing is the Baymax on my table right now. Not really sure why they made the change, but he was included either prior or after this packaging was made. Disney.com, and the figures were made in China. I decided to take a look at the other Baymax figure, and this one does have all 9 figures featured on the back of the packaging. So these are all 9 figures that you could collect. The only thing that is missing, and you'll see that in the next video or the video after that, is that the white Baymax or Nurse Baymax is not pictured with Mochi. And while I have him in my hands, just a close-up of this Baymax in his packaging. And I'll give a close-up of Gogo as well. Very vibrant yellow color. And this one does have all 9 figures on the back as well. Just one more thing I thought I'd mention before I open these packages up. Each figure shares the same item number. So if you check online for in-store inventory or in-store stock, and you see that a specific figure is in stock, be very careful. It's very misleading because they say that they have all the figures in stock, but it could be all of the same one figure because of that one packaging number. For example, you'll notice on each of the boxes, it says 38600. It seems somewhere in the processing of these toys, all the toys were stuck with that one number instead of getting their individual numbers that are listed on the inserts of the packaging. Well, now with that said, let's take a closer look at these basic figures. Alright, these figures are super easy to get out of their packaging. There's just a piece of tape along each side. You take that off and pop it open. There's just some plastic backing it up so that they're pressed up against the front. Pull that out. And we've got our Hiro. There doesn't seem to be anything else holding them into the package. So we have charging Baymax. You just have to kind of pop them out. Now these are called the basic figures because they came out with large deluxe figures. Unfortunately, they didn't come out with the deluxe figures for every character. It only seemed to be Fred, Wasabi, and Baymax. The deluxe figures had quite a few more features than these basic figures. So we will start with charging Baymax. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, maybe if I put in the shadow over here, that he does have spots for his eyes, but they are closed. He's got the circle port for Tadashi's disc. Can't really tell on camera, but he does have a little bit of sparkle to him. He's a lightweight plastic and hollow completely on the inside. It would have been cool if they made him a full figure with a closed bottom and had the wheels able to spin, but I guess they figured that everybody's just gonna kinda put charging Baymax in the background and go directly for Hiro. Again, he's coming up I actually kind of like this blue color that he's coming up as, but he is a very nice purple color. A lot of detail on his figure. His head does spin. It is a little stiff at first, but once you get it going, it moves quite easily. It seems that it does move all the way around. His arm is also pretty stiff, but that moves as well. He does not move at the waist, but his leg does move just a little bit. It would seem his belt is kind of in the way for it to move too much, but it can move out and in and around. His feet are solid, and he does move at the knee. Not too much, but there is some movement. This one's a little bit stiffer, but you can see that it is meant to move. All the legs do move, as well as the arms. Wow, I really like these figures. I was not expecting them to be so articulated. This is really cool. It would be cool if he could move at the waist, but I'm just happy that his limbs move. Does he move at the elbow? He does move at the elbow too. It doesn't bend, but it does spin. These are really awesome. Can't wait to open the rest. Let's move on to Baymax. Baymax is just like the Hero packaging, very easy to open once you get the tape off. And he's got the plastic container holding him in. Just pull him out, and he has got some weight to him. So again, nothing is holding him in except for the packaging. Let's just pop him out. He's held in pretty good too. Alright, he was a little bit harder to get out than I was expecting. To note, Hiro does stand on his own. There's nothing propping him up, even though it does look kind of like Charging Baymax is holding him up. He's standing totally on his own, which is awesome. So now we have Sumo Baymax, or Training Baymax. Let's take a closer look at him. And I actually like the different textures that they used for his body. There's very smooth plastic that's kind of shiny, and then you have this matte plastic, which definitely has a different feel to it. Very nice touch. Kind of surprised about how heavy he is. He's not hollow on the inside, he's definitely full. His legs can move around, so he can look like he's walking, sitting. They're very loose, and they do a lot of movement, which is really nice. His head kind of moves a little bit. It's very stiff, but you can kind of see that it moves from side to side ever so slightly. He can move his arms up and around. It appears to be a ball joint socket so that he can have a full range of motion. Let's see his arms. He can bend his arms as well. A little bit stiff, but that might just be from being in the package for so long. So you can see all the detailing. Really awesome. Alright, and last but not least, let's move on to Gogo Tomago. I was having a little bit of trouble getting Baymax to stand. On a flat surface, he does stand by himself once you get his feet in the right position, but because I have the tablecloth up, it's too spongy and he just keeps falling over. So I decided to put him back in the packaging, which is really easy as well. And again, just like Baymax and Hiro, Gogo is also super easy to open. I thought while I have her open, might as well show the background that they have on the insert. It is a larger view of the same picture that they used for the Hatch and Heroes, which is still pretty cool. Would have been nicer to have a different street view, but hey, them putting a picture in the background at all is awesome. So just pop her out. And she's packaged with her wheels or her discs. And let's see if we can get them out. Yeah, they pop right out. Super easy. Oop, that one fell on the floor. They're like little rings, so they will clip on super easy once I get Gogo out of the packaging. Alright, and this is the Gogo Tomago figure. Just take a quick look all the way around. And let's see what she can do. Her head does not seem able to move at all. That it's just really stiff. I'm gonna take a quicker look. Oh, there we go. If you heard that plastic snap, her head was just stiff from being in the package for so long, so her head does move from side to side and probably all the way around. And yep, her figure's just really stiff, but she definitely has movement all over. She's got in her shoulders and in her elbows. She does not have any motion in her middle, but she does have in her thigh and her knee. She moves a lot easier than Hiro did in these areas. In fact, it's very smooth, very easy to move, but no articulation in her feet, which is totally fine by me. And now that we've taken a closer look at Gogo, let's take a look at her discs. She comes with 4 discs. 2 large and 2 small, and they're just very simple. So the small ones most likely clip on to her wrists, and the bigger ones onto her ankles. I would definitely be very careful when clipping these on, because you can kind of feel this red dot trying to push out against your finger as you try to push it on her leg. And once they're on, they are a little bit loose. Like this one feels like it kind of wants to come off a little bit, but it's staying on pretty nicely right now. Straighten out her arm. And this is Gogo now with her mobility discs. Really awesome. And actually, as I was setting her down to see if she would stand, I realized the reason why it feels like the red dot pushes out when you put it on is that these discs can spin as well. You'll notice that the wheel is spinning. That is an extra piece of awesome. What I said came true. I was trying to take the disc off and it popped right out of the disc. But hopefully, let's see if it will go back on nice and easy. It did pop back in. This is more of a rubbery plastic than the rest of the figure, so it bent pretty good. Hopefully it's made a lot sturdier than I'm thinking it is. So all in all, I am really liking these figures. They are wicked cool, and I honestly cannot wait to open the rest of them. Oddly, and it's probably because of Gogo's helmet, she, out of the 3-4 characters that I've opened today, does not stand. She just falls right over. Nonetheless, for just being the basic toys, these are incredible, and it makes me really excited for a future toy line that they are rumored to be releasing later this year for the Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir series. If those figures are anything like these, I cannot wait to collect those. But until then, I have these Big Hero 6 figures, and I could not be happier with them. So, heroes, in the comments below, let me know. Do you like these basic figures? Do you own the deluxe figures? Don't forget to like and subscribe. And for further content, you can also follow me on Tumblr and Instagram. And until next time, heroes, next time on Little Fish Super Big Hero 6 Review,